Introducing to you first the challenger. On my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks with blue trim, and hailing from León, Nicaragua. He weighed in at 117 3/4 pounds. His record 24 wins, 3 losses, with 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the WBO number 7th ranked junior bantamweight contender, our challenger, Julio Gamboa. And his opponent is the defending champion. On my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the colors of the Colombian flag, yellow, blue, and red. He is proudly representing his home of Barranquilla, Colombia. He weighed in at a ready 117 1/4 pounds with a fine record of 40 wins, 1 loss. He has 30 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the 2-time and current WBO Bantamweight Champion of the World, introducing Jorge Eliecer Julio. Once again, our referee in charge, Bill Connors, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of championship boxing schedule.
Y ahora recibe sus instrucciones atrás. Yo quiero esta pelea bastante limpia. Siempre escúcheme, ¿ok? Siempre protégese, ¿tú sabes? Ok, ¿tienen preguntas? ¿Algunas preguntas aquí? ¿Hay preguntas? No, no preguntas. ¿Hay algunas preguntas aquí? Ok, toco las manos, buena suerte.
Gamboa staring to the sky. Jorge Julio, seasoned fighter, very loose, very confident, knows all the tricks. His 8th world title fight, 6-1 in those bouts. Extensive amateur experience. Won the bronze in '88 at Seoul for Colombia. Turned pro almost exactly 10 years ago. Gamboa hoping to become the 4th world champ in Nicaraguan history. Eddie Gazo, Rosendo Alvarez, of course, the most celebrated of all, Alexis Arguello.
Gentleman Alexis Arguello, what a fighter.
I've never seen anybody quite as happy before a fight as Julio. He's smiling, he's just very calm, relaxed, very happy.
Well, his corner is hoping he has the same look at the end of the night. He's a southpaw. This is Julio Gamboa, who says his biggest strength is his left hook. Said he can take a punch. Very respectful of Jorge Julio, saying he's a great champion, intelligent fighter, but he'll take care of business. Jorge Julio told us he looks for a 1st or 2nd round knockout, whichever comes first. Sounds like something Yogi Berra would say, right?
It does. That sounds like a Yogiism. You know, he still feels bad about that Olympic decision. He thinks he was robbed, and he's trying to make up for it in the pros and make a statement. So far, he has.
Yeah, he's still very bitter about the Seoul Olympics, which was a boxing fiasco, something 30 is very familiar with, having broadcast those games. Julio said he was robbed, just like Roy Jones had to settle for the bronze instead of the gold.
He was, and it's a nightmare, but tonight's a different night. This is a happy champion. This is a guy that's coming out for a knockout. He's punching very hard right now. Feeling him out, but he's punching hard.
Well, I'll tell you, Gamboa took the smile off his face, landed some pretty good shots of his own pretty early, and I think it's settled this down to, it's going to be a nice little fight.
Jorge Julio, wearing the multicolored trunks, said he's 10-0 with 9 knockouts against southpaws. Said his mission is to unify the 118-pound title, but he really wants Johnny Tapia as WBO champ. Look out, Jorge Julio staggered.
Some nice work down the middle, straight left hand from the southpaw Gamboa to the midsection of the champion and to the face.
Gamboa bringing this crowd to its feet, looking very impressive with a series of shots.
He landed a series that had Julio reeling back. I don't think he was in trouble, but he certainly felt the shots, and now all of a sudden he's not smiling. This isn't fun, this is a fight.
The scouting report on Gamboa, he's a good puncher with both hands, and we can see that right out of the gate. His best punch is a left hook.
Earlier you pointed out the reach factor for the champion, but he's being out-jabbed by the challenger, Gamboa.
And some of the sequins from the champion's trunks are getting on the back of the challenger. Doesn't seem to be bothering him though. He just continues to press forward.
I tell you what, this guy might have wiped up on left-handers before that, but this left-hander is giving him trouble. This left-hander is landing punches he hadn't seen before.
Jorge Julio in the sequin trunks, 40-1 with 30 knockouts, his 3rd title defense, but he is being challenged hard by Julio Gamboa in the white.
Gamboa was very quiet during the interviews and very serious, and kept alluding to the fact he wants to take care of business, and he's also cut above the right eye.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
So we'll keep a close watch. Blood all around the right eye of the challenger, Julio Gamboa, at the end of round 1.
Well, I didn't see a headbutt there to cut that. Let's see what happens in the corner. Let's keep an eye out.
Tú no tienes que cambiar golpe porque tú eres el inteligente aquí arriba, ¿ok? ¿Ok? Bueno. Es el inteligente. Era para hacer eso. El inteligente, el inteligente. Sí, ya estuvo. Oye, lo estás lastimando, ¿eh? Lo estás lastimando. Un poquito más abusado, no estar cambiando golpes adentro. ¿Y qué pasó con el pasito para un lado?
Don't be
Eso es lo que
trading
quiero
punches
ver,
with
¿ok?
him. Be patient and land your shots as
Eso
you've
es lo
been
que quiero
landing. Let's
ver.
see what this cut looks like.
¿Ok?
He's got the...
Eso es lo que quiero ver. Lo lastimates.
Oh, it's a nasty little cut. Look right on the eyelid. If that thing keeps opening up.
lastimates,
Oh, boy, this is the first round. And that's a nasty cut to have on the first round. They just said you hurt him. Stay on him, hard punches, but don't exchange with him.
Más abusado adentro. Tú lo tocas y ya no te toca más.
It's just maybe the punch that did it. They butt it. No, that's not quite a butt, but they sure rub heads. And when it came back out, there's a little blood there. That could have been it.
It was more like a scrape, but it may have been enough. You saw Hector Perez, the cut man of Gamboa, applying the end swell. And we'll see what kind of job they did.
Interesting round to score. Gamboa scored heavily and hard and led the charge.
I clearly gave that round to Gamboa. He came out to establish himself, and as he put it, take care of business. And in first round, he took care of business.
Jorge Julio is a good champion, but he can be reckless. We saw that in his fight with Daniel Jimenez. Leaves himself open from time to time, just as he's doing here. Round 2 continues to belong to the challenger, Gamboa, despite the cut.
The champion doesn't seem to be able to get out of the way. He's running into every single shot.
Bobby, for a guy that knows how to fight left-handers, he doesn't know how to get away from this guy's left hand. This guy's hitting him repeatedly with the left hand.
No.
That is not a knockdown, or not even close.
The referee should have wiped his gloves off, though.
Yeah, he did.
Gloves did touch the canvas.
Look at that. See the left hand just looping in there? He's hitting him all the time with the left hand.
Julio does have a terrific chin. He does have very good resiliency. He knows how to come back and impose his will, but he does get into difficulty, as we're seeing here. He can physically overpower people. We'll see if he can come back here against Gamboa. Gamboa continues to do well here, but keep in mind, Julio very well conditioned, very well trained, well schooled, tremendous instinct, and he'll try to settle down here. A lot of experience.
Julio starting to land the straight right hand and the counter right hand down the middle. Starting to press the issue and reverse the pace back in his favor.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
What he has a load of is confidence. He's got confidence. He's been there. He knows how to take care of business.
Bordering on cocky, and he knows all the tricks. Right uppercut that was met by the glove of Gamboa. Good block there. Now the pace slowing down, and this could be to Jorge Julio's advantage.
Yeah, Julio's trying to turn the pace, to turn the tide. So far, the tide almost overwhelmed him. Now he's coming back the other way.
And Gamboa may have punched himself out over the first 2 rounds.
That doesn't seem to be bleeding too badly, but that eye's going to swell up and get very ugly.
Yeah, and his trunks are going to be red by the time he gets through. It's already all pinky.
Resulting from what seemed to be a head scrape in the first round. Big smile at the end of the round by the champion. Let's get it over to Jim Gray. Jim.
All right, thank you, Steve. Well, this is going to be a problem for Gamboa, probably for the rest of the fight. His cutman, Victor Perez, going to have a terrible time. I've seen this cut as I'm in the corner right now, and it's very deep, and they just can't get this done in a minute's worth of time. Now, the attending ring physician, Alan Fields, here in Miami, has come over. Right now, there's absolutely no threat or no danger of this fight being stopped because of this cut. But as Bobby said, it's going to trickle into his eye and could be a problem for the rest of the fight. Steve?
All right, thanks very much, Jim. Appreciate it.
cambian, pero no te estás sentando en el mero medio.
Let's take a look at the replay that shows like a repeated left hand, and then as the champion tries to come back, he's getting swarmed. He's getting swarmed by Gamboa, and he doesn't seem to know what to do about it. Well, this is another round where he came out swarming. That the champion did have a little bit of an edge toward the end. I still think Gamboa is doing the job. He's doing the fighting to win the round.
Gamboa 24-3 with 15 knockouts, fighting for the second straight time as a challenger for a world title. Lost the decision to Satoshi Iida for the WBA junior bantamweight title in his last fight, July. Got some experience, held the WBA Latin American 115-pound title on 2 occasions.
I just don't think that this fight has decision on it.
Left hand right on the face of Jorge Julio. Connected well.
Jorge Julio's taking things too easy. He just took it for granted they were going to part, and he got gonged for it. Protect yourself at all times.
Once again, the champion very, very careless. Now he's using a lot more movement. Head to movement, side to side.
You know what he's not using? He's not using his reach. That's what he's not using.
And he's got about a 5.5 inch reach.
He switched to southpaw, Julio did, and now he's back. For a second there, he switched to southpaw and started jabbing with his right hand.
Now he's starting to pick up the pace more as Jorge Julio, looking very confident.
There you see him again switching to southpaw. He's trying to confuse Gamboa or get himself on track.
He's getting in and out of that. That's interesting how he does it.
Now that's a push, a slip. A smiling Jorge Julio shakes it off.
And takes a little rest. That's like a good 10 seconds rest.
Julio's last fight, September of '98 in Atlanta on the Holyfield Bean card. Decision over Adonis Cruz to retain the title. He's been down 3 times, Gamboa 2 times in his professional careers. Jorge Julio down twice in the loss, his only loss to Junior Jones.
That straight left hand and that overhand left just keep on scoring for Gamboa, and Julio's got to do something about it.
The fight gets a lot busier now. Gamboa, though, doing most of the work.
And the scoring. Something's bothering him.
Gamboa with a straight left hand right on the face of Julio. Gamboa thinking upset.
That counter overhand punch by Gamboa is terrific. He's been landing it every night. Been landing it all night.
He is a tough kid. Julio Gamboa out of León, Nicaragua, looking to become the 4th world champion in Nicaragua. Straight left hand, a short crisp left hook there by Gamboa that landed.
And they're landing right on his jaw. I mean, this guy is putting some powder on the champion.
Gamboa's not forgetting the body, too. He's working underneath of the body. Right now, Julio just can't figure him out.
Gamboa's face looks like the loser, but he's not. He's winning. Action-packed.
Wow. That's 3 rounds in the kip for Gamboa.
Julio, haz caso. Haz caso porque así no podemos perder el título, Julio. Es tu futuro, acuérdate, el futuro de tuyo y de tus
This is your
hijas.
future.
¿Okay?
Now they're starting to talk about futures. This is
No
only
estoy
the 3rd round.
desperdiciando nada, Julio. No podemos darnos ningún lujo aquí. Aquí tenemos que ganar nada más.
We can't take any luxuries here. We can't take it easy. You're in a fight. You're losing the rounds.
Inteligencia, Julio.
Be
Tú eres mucho
intelligent.
boxeador para este güey. Este es
You're too
un
much
matalote.
boxer for this guy.
¿Qué?
Los laterales, Julio, retirando cuando pases.
Con ese round, los primeros guantes.
All right. Here, of course, they're working mostly on the cut and not talking too much.
Es bueno porque no lo enseña. Es bueno porque no lo enseña.
He says he's good, but you can show him.
Agua.
All right, a little water. He says he's good, but you can show him. Well, he's shown him for 3 rounds. This other guy better get himself together.
Even though Jorge Julio is off to a rocky start, I've noticed in watching tapes of him, as fights get deeper, he usually gets stronger. We'll see if that follows suit here tonight against Gamboa. But Gamboa has been controlling the fight to this point.
Well, he talked about the fact that he gets a little reckless once in a while and lets his machismo get the better of him. And his corner told him he's not the boxer you are. Box this man. Don't punch with him.
Here's the online scoring to this point. Gamboa up 2 rounds to 1. 4 scheduled for 12 for the WBO Bantamweight Championship. He'll be followed by Tim Austin, who will defend his IBF Bantamweight title.
Oh, nice right hand right across and landing on the jaw of Gamboa. But let me tell you, Gamboa must have a good jaw. Those are crunching punches that didn't even make him blink.
And we talked about what Austin might want to do in this division. This is another great fight. Also a southpaw. That would be a tremendous fight as well, as it's laying out now.
As it's laying out now, either one of them would be a good fight with Tim. Because Gamboa is by no means an easy fight here. It's a very hard fight. And he's winning. Oh, he got hit. He hit on a break.
This division tremendously unappreciated here in this country.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of fun though to watch, I'll tell you.
But not throughout the world. Remember, we live in one country, but all the countries in South America and around Australia and all that, they love it. And for good reason.
Mexico, Puerto Rico, Pacific Rim, as we made that note in the open. The crowd getting behind Gamboa, Yambito, they're chanting. That was his father's name and it's his name.
Well, I'll tell you what, he is really landing home with that overhand and straight left cross. He's doing a job with it.
He hasn't blocked that thing once. He doesn't seem to see it coming. And he gets hit and counterpunch with it a lot.
We'll move to southpaw now. Let's see how he fares as a southpaw.
They're toe-to-toe.
Boy, he works hard with that left hand. He hooks, he jabs, he does everything with that left hand.
Straight right though by Gamboa. Snuck that one between the gloves of Jorge Julio.
All right, Julio working the body now. Figure you better slow this guy down. Uppercuts to the body, hooks to the head side.
Jorge Julio coming forward now. But Gamboa able to counter to the face of Julio.
And pushing back.
Tremendous pace, too. This could be a fight of attrition as we get later in the rounds.
Gamboa missing with that big left.
Good shots by Gamboa as the bell sounds.
Muy bien. Cuidado con la cabeza. Te está entrando la cabeza en el mero medio. Y luego coja el uppercut. No quiero ver ese uppercut que entra ya.
The uppercut, he says, I don't want to see that guy's uppercut come in. You can block that.
Okay.
They seem to be confident in this corner. They're certainly not screaming and hollering and taking care of the cut. Doing a very, very fine job.
Mueve la mano.
Get this silver thing off his shoulder.
Yes. Let me do my job first. Quítale eso de ahí. Quítale eso de ahí. Estás ganando la pelea, chingón.
All he's saying is, let me take care of my job. Let me take care of my job, and he's doing a very good job. Look at that. Look at that. Very nice.
Very calm and cool. Hector Perez, who wears 2 hats as the trainer and cut man, really doing a terrific job in that corner of Gamboa. And they push Jorge Julio, the champion, out of his corner. The crowd revved up, mostly behind the challenger, Gamboa out of Nicaragua. He's in the white trunk, blue trim. And he's done a tremendous job here thus far.
You get the feeling after having talked with Gamboa in the interviews, he talked and praised about Julio. He does this well, he does that well, does everything well. He is obviously taking his training very seriously. He's ready to fight.
And boy, very respectful of the champion, but that was in the meeting. Not the case once the bell sounded.
He had absolutely no respect. He took it right to him in the first round.
Trying to corner Jorge Julio in his own corner. But the champion swivels out.
He's boxing him now. His first minute there, he's doing a nice little boxing exhibition. He's not getting hit, and he's putting a few little nice punches in there. If he could have just done this the last 4 rounds, he'd have been in much better shape than he is.
Jorge Julio has not lost since 1993. A decision to Junior Jones for the WBA title. Blood all over the face of the challenger Gamboa.
His trunks are quickly changing colors.
Oh,
Good left hand there by Gamboa.
again that left hand keeps slipping in, Bobby, and with power.
He's been landing it all night, and there it was, just landed again. He has been very, very accurate with it, and I'm surprised that Julio has not made adjustments for that.
I'm surprised the corner hadn't said anything to him. Nobody's picked up the fact he's getting gonged by this left hand continuously.
Look at Gamboa's face. That cut has just totally opened up, blood all over the face now as Jorge Julio opens up.
First good combination that landed. Both punches landed well. That's what you expect from him. Combinations landing swiftly.
Beautiful double right hand to the body by the champion. He's starting to work that body a little more often.
He is going to the body with a lot of class. He's going right down there and doing his work, and his combinations are landing. Now he's beginning to look like a champion.
Right uppercut by Jorge Julio right on the chin, the apex.
That right uppercut that the corner spoke to Gamboa about, they didn't want it coming in. It's starting to land a little more frequency.
Look at the left side of Gamboa's face.
And the cut's on his right side.
Right.
I'm wondering if there's not two cuts.
Right now, you can't hardly tell it from here. We'll have to wait till he gets to the corner.
It also might be something from the forehead. But Gamboa's game, isn't he? He's got a lot of heart. Presses the attack despite the problem.
That's the first time
Look at the dirt.
Julio had looked like a champion.
All right, let's check out inside the ropes with Bobby Chen. What do you see?
They're going to bang heads in here. It's not real easy to see, but they kind of come together, and you'll see the head just kind of slipping, just nips the corner. Oh, right here, I'm sorry, right here is going to be when he throws him to the ground. He just kind of looped him behind his head, and also a low blow. There's a little bit of everything in this fight. Thrown to the ground, headbutts, and a low blow. There you go. Nice right hook to the south of the border.
There's a slice along the left side of the head of Julio Gamboa above the left ear. And it's nasty.
Seconds out, get that.
And that's what was causing all the blood all over the face. So he's got a cut over the right eye and a gash on the left side of his head. Other than that, things are swell.
Other than that, he's winning the fight.
Other than that, he's winning the fight. A bilateral bleeder is winning this fight.
Round 6. All right, let's get more from Jim Gray. Jim?
Well, he has a nasty gash, as you alluded to, on the left side of his scalp. I don't think I've seen one this high on his scalp, Stephen. It just tore his skin wide open. And Victor Perez has really got his work cut out for him over here in Gamboa's corner. Hector Perez, rather. And he's got a job because it's not only the right eye now, but it's the left side of the scalp. And also Julio has a little bit of an eye deal going on his right eye. So a lot of blood in the ring, Steve.
All right, Jim, a very determined challenger. Julio Gamboa marches on despite the adversity. He's coming forward.
Once again, he's coming forward, but Julio's fighting very good in retreat. He is boxing him. He's as if last chapters that I've established what a champion fights like. Now I'm going to fight championship boxing instead of brawling, where he was not winning the fight. And he's been boxing. Now let's see what he does this round.
And he's doing an awful lot of switching, a lot of southpaw, back to orthodox, back and forth. Almost on a whim. He just back and forth. No real method to his madness, but it's working.
It's as if you just want to put some water on the situation. Say, hey, let's cool down here. Let me show you what a fine boxer I am, and get this thing back under control.
Jorge Julio won the title in July '97, a decision over Oscar Maldonado. Made his first title defense, a 9th round TKO over Daniel Jimenez in April '98. His second defense, a decision over Adonis Cruz in September of '98. He's a 2-time world champion. Having his problems, though, with this young challenger, Julio Gamboa, a southpaw.
It's almost as if admitting, listen, I can't beat you toe-to-toe. I'm not going to knock you out. I'm going to outbox you and show you what championship boxing is. And right now, he's doing a very nice job of frustrating Gamboa.
Right now, the pace is slowed down a little bit, too. Both fighters going to get a little rest in this round.
Well, that's because Julio doesn't want to fight. He wants to box a little and run a little.
Good counter punching by Julio Gamboa in the white trunks. And there was a nifty right hand by Gamboa. Very confident, comes in with a combination, nailed him with a straight left. His blood streaks from the right eye.
That left hand is making look at it, it's making a home on the right side of Julio's face.
It's almost as if he can't miss it. I mean, every time he throws that thing, it hits.
Terrific finish to the round by Julio Gamboa. And why Jorge Julio is raising his arm is beyond me.
Muy bien. Muévete, muévete, muévete. Déjame trabajar aquí.
He just says, quiet, let me work here. Surgeon and work.
Pues, estás ganando la pelea. Te puedes hacer campeón nuevo.
Well, good action here. Coming up next, though, our main event, the IBF Bantamweight Championship. Tim Austin making final preparations, undefeated, 18-0-1, 17 KOs, 3-0 in world title fights. Gallant, following in the tradition of superb Cincinnati fighters like Aaron Pryor and Ezer Charles. Austin, arguably one of the premier fighters in the world today. Tonight he'll make his third defense of the title against Sergio Aguila of Mexico.
Sí, pero boxeando, no cambiando golpes. No cambiando golpes.
Well, we move on. Well, we're at the halfway mark. Let's get your unofficial scorecards.
My unofficial scorecard, I've got Gamboa 58 and Julio 57. I think those last two rounds were in the championship.
I'll tell you what, I have a 59-54. I have one round for the champion, and I have the remaining 5 all for the challenger.
Wow. And here's what the folks on the internet online say. They've got it all even at 3-3. That's interesting. You guys have Gamboa ahead. Bobby by a bigger margin than 30.
Okay?
That was a headbutt. That's a warning for a headbutt. You know, he's got cuts all over. He didn't need any more.
Well, when you have a southpaw, you're going to have the heads collide, the feet get tangled. And we've certainly seen plenty of that here. Stiff right hand.
Right now, Julio's moving well. He's doing side to side, switching southpaw. The orthodox throwing punches from awkward angles, even for another southpaw to face.
Gamboa is blocking most of that.
Well, while he's blocking, he's not punching. It's a little bit different than what we had been seeing at the beginning, where he was just overwhelming Julio. He's not doing that anymore.
He is one tough, courageous kid, though, in the white trunks. Continues to press the attack, despite the fact that blood is in his right eye right now. It doesn't seem to be affecting him.
Right now, Julio is using speed to beat Gamboa to the punch, outscore him, and then move.
Yep, he's showing him what boxing's about. Now he's stepping in, trying to step it up. As soon as he does that, the other guy starts unloading. He wants toe-to-toe.
Well, Gamboa seems to be the stronger of the two and a little bit better at punching him, so I think Julio needs to stay outside, in and out, in and out.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be a target for that left hand anymore.
Jorge Julio in the multicolored trunks, the champion, has lost just once in 41 fights. Good straight left hand by the bloody Gamboa. The crowd erupts.
Nice double combination to the face of the champion. They all landed squarely.
He may not be punching as much as the champion, but his punches are economical and effective. And good defense by the challenger as well now, as he wards off some of those punches by Julio.
Sécalo, sécalo, sécalo. Okay. Okay?
They're working on both cuts. All right, they're working on both cuts, and let's take a look at the headbutt that apparently happened and caused Gamboa to complain. Hey, I got enough cuts already. Don't do that to me again. So let's watch it closely now, because it's just about around here where it comes in. There. There it is, and he's looking. He says, hey, that hit me right in the mouth and the nose. What do you want? And the referee did 7.
Now we have a nice combination by Gamboa, right down the middle, right, left, and he comes right back, and right after that sequence was over, he did it again. Nice double combination right down the middle on the face of Julio.
They're working feverishly in the Gamboa corner. It's like plugging the dike. They've got blood gushing out from all over, as you can see.
I'll tell you what, fellas, it's the 8th round. This is the fastest I've felt like this fight just started. This has been an action fight. This is an action fight.
You can almost see Julio's thought process here. He's trying to get Gamboa in a retreat mode, back him up. If he's coming forward, Gamboa has no shot at winning this fight based on the styles.
Oh, nice right hand. Nice right hand's in trouble.
Gamboa is rocked. Julio airing it out.
And it's early in the round. There's plenty of time.
But back comes Gamboa. He's recovered enough to fight back.
He just got nailed again, I believe, with a straight right hand. Gamboa backpedaling. But he is one tough kid, isn't he?
Well, it's inevitable. Julio, with his big knockout record, is going to land one of those bombs sooner or later. He was really boxing, waiting for the opportunity. And he closed. Boy, he really closed with that shot.
There's a cut over both of Gamboa's eyes now, as well as his head. There's blood around the ear, probably from the head.
No knockdown. It was a slip push.
He's earning his money tonight.
Oh, straight left hand by Gamboa. Another left hand by Gamboa.
He hurt the champion.
Yeah, he hung on.
What resiliency by Julio Gamboa. There's a right hand by Gamboa to the chin. Another one to the chin. And a left hook by Gamboa.
Gamboa fighting back like... I mean, that is gutty kid. That's a gutty kid.
That left cross has saved him all night long. It's been scoring, from my perspective, it's been winning in the fight. The tide just started to turn, and it got him out of trouble again.
Blood streaking down the face of the challenger, Julio Gamboa, undaunted. And look at that face. Bill Connors, the referee, takes a closer look, and they say continue.
Break! Separarse.
Nice left cross now that he's a southpaw, Julio. I believe that first punch that got Gamboa in big trouble was a straight left cross as opposed to a right cross from the champion when he switched. I think he caught him looking.
Boy, that was from the edge of defeat. I mean, that was from the very edge of the precipice. He came back, and he's been fighting like a madman. Oh, that was a tap on the back of the head. Come on, that wasn't a punch. That wasn't a punch.
Jorge Julio looking into the face of Julio Gamboa, seeing all that blood must give the champion confidence, but right now it's false confidence because Gamboa continues to score despite the adversity. Straight right hand there by Julio at the bell.
Wow, that was a very good round. Very good. Starting out big for the champion and ending up big for Gamboa. Very big.
Well, how do you score that?
Give it to Gamboa. He fought 2 minutes of that round.
They're all small. Okay? They're all small.
All right, let's take a look at that action where Gamboa got in trouble. Now this is the champion boxing, and see, that's a left.
It's a left cross.
Yeah, left cross.
A left cross.
And that's exactly what it was. And trying to put him away, he was a little bit too desperate, and Gamboa too intelligent. Bobby.
And later, Gamboa lands the left hand, and a number of times. There's one, there's two. He also has a right hook or two that he throws in here if we can catch the sequence. But Gamboa came back brilliantly and gamely.
Over here, let's scalp.
Got one in the scalp. Go.
Let's go.
Vamos a trabajar. Vamos a trabajar.
He says, come on, let's go work. Let's work.
Juéguesela, porque
se está acabando. Estás ganando tú.
And in Julio's corner, he says, you're winning. You're winning. Keep that up. Well, he was about to win, and then he didn't. Julio has a major, major bunch of trouble right in front of him with this gutty kid who won't quit.
His white trunks drenched in blood, his face bloodied, but despite that, he just forges ahead.
He threw a big straight left hand right down the middle again, and Julio walked right into it. Right through his gloves, dead in the kisser.
I don't think I've ever seen him fight as good as Julio is getting hit by as many shots.
And a straight left hand by Gamboa that landed and connected right on the face of the champion.
Right, what would Austin do to this guy if you can hit him like that?
Jim Gray has more. Jim.
All right, Steve, well, during the in-between rounds, Bill Connors, the referee, asked Alan Fields, the attending ring physician, to come on over and take a look because of all the blood on Gamboa. The doctor said none of these cuts are impairing the fight as of now. He may continue. Steve?
All right, Jim, thank you.
He said, both of you, keep them up. Both of you. Ambos means both of you.
Yeah, they just both went to attack south of the border.
Yeah, well, Bill Connors can speak Spanish. How about that?
Jorge Julio trying to come on now, but tied up by Gamboa. Right hand that landed by Julio.
No, let's stop this fight now because the cuts have a major riot in here. This fight's tuning up and heating up great.
It's too good.
This is a quiet now 9th round after the war of the 8th.
Good head movement by Julio to elude.
Julio starting on a regular basis now, being able to come forward a little more often and a little easier, block and land, and that's what he wants to do. If he gets Gamboa going backwards consistently, he's going to start to turn this fight around immediately.
Right now, though, Julio, the champion in the multicolored trunks, dancing around. It seems to be on the frustrated side. He's trying everything. Oh, a good left hand by Gamboa that tagged the face of Julio. And look at this. A little shoe shine by Gamboa, as they say in boxing.
Julio is fighting a little bewildered, a little frustrated, sometimes with a...
What a shot by Gamboa!
That left hand is just not missing. He's just throwing it up and it's hitting every time.
And Julio showing a terrific chin.
Yeah, Julio has been hit hard, and with that left hand often and repeated, he's got a hell of a chin.
He just complained to the referee about something the champion did, but I couldn't hear what.
Hit combination to the head by Gamboa just before the bell.
¿Qué estamos haciendo ahí adentro?
What are you doing inside? What are you doing inside? He's not saying. His eyes getting a little puffy, as it shouldn't. Now look at that cut way up there on the side. What a strange place to have a cut. That's going to be a butt. You don't have to look for a knockout. Just work inside. Work inside. Work inside. You're winning by 1 point, I think.
Ya sabes, no te tengo que limpiar la sangre de la cara porque ya no vas a tener que salir. Vamos a trabajar adentro.
Let's work inside. Don't make me work anymore on this cut. Let's get out of here.
Seconds out.
He's only been a doctor for 8 rounds. He's already tired of being a doctor. Wait a minute.
You can relate?
Yeah. Took me 20 years to get tired of being a doctor.
Round 10. Scheduled for 12 for the WBO Bantamweight Championship.
At the pace these guys have been going, the amount of shots landed, I wouldn't have thought that we got to 10 rounds.
Well, let me tell you, right now, I'm 86-86. I have been one even round, which is a 4th, but home is 3-6 with Gamboa way ahead. Well,
I have it 6-3.
That's what they got it at home.
That's what I have it. Gamboa 6-3, 87-84. The challenger's delivering. That left hand has been his bread and butter.
It has. It painted the side of Julio's face. Well, he's got to have a heck of a finish then. Well, his corner thinks he's ahead by 1 point, so we'll see.
Jorge Julio fighting in retreat. Gamboa continues to connect. And here comes Jorge Julio, but counter punches by Gamboa.
That was a little bit what the champion did there, was a little bit of what Bundini Brown would say is a little shoe shine, just throwing him out there for looks. Didn't really work that effectively, but some points.
It's a point getter. Luis Rodriguez taught that to Ali, and Ali did it perfectly.
sure they'd love to see a flurry from the corner of Jorge Julio. He's been one and done for the most part here. He gets in, sneaks one in, and then gets out. He's looking for an opening.
What he's looking to avoid is that left hand that's found the home. See him move? See him move away from it? Smart.
He's got to show some offense here, Julio.
Well, those are the rounds that are difficult to score. As long as he's boxing around and the other guy's not throwing anything, he throws one and done. It's hard to score.
Julio staying consistently with the southpaw stance now for quite some time. Hasn't switched that often. And he switches back for a split second.
When he punches and moves, he's not getting hit as he moves away. But where he stays, this guy triggers off that left hand. There he comes.
No.
See, this is all boxing, and he's done all of the punching, one and gone and one, and the other guy hasn't scored because he's just been watching this guy. I have to give that to the champion. He outboxed him. He's Willie Pepper.
Uh-oh. The champion's going to the wrong corner. Get that man a map. Let's go inside the ropes with Bobby Ches.
Gamboa has found the home for that overhand left and a straight left. There, right between the gloves, you'll see him consistently throwing that left hand down the middle, and he throws it over the top again and again. There he throws it underneath and over the top. He has just found a home for that left hand, a left cross, whether it's straight or over looping.
La cabeza ese hijo de puta me tiene mareado. Careful with the head.
Well, this guy's got 11 and 12. Has the champion Julio to retain his crown and has Gamboa to seize it. Bobby, on your scorecard, can he win? Can he still win the fight?
With a knockdown, he can. I have a 96-94. Knockdown, give him a 2-point round and win the round. But he needs both of these rounds for a draw in my book. But
I got it 96-95 Julio, and they're wiping the corner with plenty of ice there.
You're talking about Jorge Julio, yes?
Yeah, yes. I don't.
Just to set it straight.
I don't even know what the other guy's first name is. It's just Gamboa to me.
It's Julio
because I don't want to get confused. It's Gamboa. Don't even tell me what his first name is. Jai Gamboa.
Here we go, round 11. Jorge Julio continues to move around, keep his distance so he doesn't get tagged.
Well, if he thinks he's ahead, if his corner thinks he's ahead, it's very smart if he does what he did last round. Box around, just land one or two and keep moving away from all that left-handed punishment he's been taking. It's very smart. Boring, but smart. He must think he's ahead.
And he's boring.
Look at that. See? 3 or 4 punches and he leaves.
even if he doesn't think he's ahead, maybe he thinks he needs his last 2 rounds. He's still boxing smart, so far winning the round. So both things could be in his head. Just don't get knocked out, stay alive. A la Mildred Taylor Chavez mistake type situation. Or
he just walked into one, too.
He walked into 2. Wow, this guy's left hand is poison.
Jorge Julio just walked into a couple of blows. But Gamboa unable to follow it up. There's a good left by Gamboa, straight left, right on the chin.
It's a miracle he can't come over that left, Bobby. I mean, he hasn't come over it once. He hadn't counterpunched it once. He gets hit, and then he falls back. Oh, that's nice. That was nice on the part of the champion.
There's no let-up in this challenger, Gamboa. No quit.
no, he's coming. He came here to win. That's one of the great things about being a challenger, too. You just got to go forward. And sometimes the incentive is extra being a challenger because you never know. And this guy's letting it all hang out.
And he's not afraid to fight on foreign soil. He went all the way to Japan to fight for the junior bantamweight title. Lost that.
As a challenger, if you lose, you're still a contender. As a champion, if you lose, you become a challenger. Challenger, Can't lose. No lose situation.
Look at the defense. Look at the defense Julio just put up. He just by bending over, he escaped almost every punch thrown at him. That was a nice piece of work. Nice piece of work on the part of the champion, Julio. Good defensive fighting.
He's not punching enough, though, Ferdy. I think he's losing the round. He's giving it away.
But if you surveyed, polled most of the people here, they have close to 1,000 people here jammed into this intimate arena, I bet you they'd say Gamboa is winning.
Well, I think so.
I think he's winning.
He's certainly going to be the sentimental favorite to be winning. I mean, you know, something about a kid coming in here and doing this well.
Well, this is a terrific one. We've got more World Championship action coming away on Showtime next month as we travel to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Saturday, April 24th, we'll present a doubleheader featuring WBA super lightweight champion Shambe Mitchell against number 4 contender Reggie Green. Mitchell, a hometown favorite, waiting a long time for his title shot. He intends to hold on to the belt. And our co-feature, a much-anticipated rematch between WBC middleweight champ Hassan Sharifi and the man he won the title from in Paris last October, Keith Holmes. Catch this exciting doubleheader on Showtime, Saturday, April 24th at 10 p.m. Eastern and Pacific.
Last round, baby. Esta es tuya. Límpialo, nomás límpialo. Este es el último round.
This is the last round. He says we got to get this now. The championship's ours.
Well, they're standing here at the Miami Jai Alia Fronton in salute. You see the Nicaraguan flag, the blue and white in the background there in support of Julio Gamboa. Here it is, the 12th and final round for the WBO Bantamweight title.
Nobody got shortchanged on the money's worth with this fight.
Gamboa looked energetic in the corner, and I must say Julio looked dispirited in the corner, like weary when he went to get up. Well, I hate to tell you, but I got 105. So who wins this round wins the fight as far as I'm concerned, and that is really hairy.
I have it 106, 103 for Gamboa. I thought he's been consistently the effective aggressor. I thought he's landed the bigger shots, he's landed more of them, and he's taken the momentum of the fight for the most part.
And I think the public will agree with you. That's the way it's been seen.
Whatever happens, a gallant effort by the challenger, Julio Gamboa. Bloodied most of the fight.
Right now, the champion is fighting like he is a little bit desperate. He's standing there, he's trying to make something happen.
But Bobby, the very thing that he wants to do, which is go toe-to-toe with him, is his defect. As soon as he goes toe-to-toe, the other guy is better toe-to-toe, and that left hand lands in there like a home plate.
It clearly has been his downfall.
And here comes Gamboa.
Yep, it's like a homing pigeon going home, that left hand. Well, with the fight that both these guys put up, it surely would be a crime if there was a knockout right now, because both guys are really put on a great show.
No knockdowns in the fight, but great action throughout. And here's Gamboa.
You see, he's landing so much of that clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, and as much as Julio is trying to do something, he's just landing.
He's frustrated, and the other guy's landing punches. I mean, no question about it. This is a Gamboa type of fight. Once they get in close, it's Gamboa's fight.
Interesting to see how the judges call it. Stu Winston, Miami, Jerome Tecupco of Evanston, Illinois, Rafael Lopez of Mexico. 39 more seconds.
Julio landing 3 right-hand bombs, and it didn't affect Gamboa at all. Great body shots, but at this stage, no good.
Beautiful right hand on inside too. He caught Gamboa, a terrific combination. Gamboa has shown a chin as well as guts, power, and terrific endurance.
Wow, we came to see an easy fight. It's anything but an easy fight, proving once again, never underestimate anyone.
And here we go, the final seconds of the fight. And they both tear loose. Gamboa's getting the better of it.
He's closing the show.
Big finish by the challenger.
He wins it on my scorecard. He took that last round big time.
He's certainly the sentimental favorite here.
Well, 1 point or 4 points he wins the fight as far as I'm concerned, and I think Bobby's got it, what, 4 points, Bobby?
116, 112.
4 points.
He closed that last round nothing short of brilliantly. He dug deep down inside himself and did everything he had to do. I think he won the fight, gentlemen.
On the 4 cuts, 4 good-sized cuts, but just wanted to close up a little bit.
What a nice action fight. A champion that came in here so easy. He thought he was going to have such an easy fight, and look what happened to him.
We may have a changing of the guard here tonight in Miami for the WBO Bantamweight belt.
Don't forget, guys, this is boxing. Decisions are decisions.
Really?
Let's hope not, Bobby. We've had enough bad decisions. Let's see what this one's going to be.
The crowd is chanting in unison, Yambito, the nickname of Julio Gamboa. They're raising the Nicaraguan flag. He was bloodied from the start. There it is. And despite that adversity, he fought valiantly. This young man from Leon, Nicaragua, looking to become the 4th in Nicaraguan history to win a world title.
Let's take a look at the 6th round when Gamboa was shiny, when Gamboa is having one of his finer moments. Let's take a look at the action. There, to start off, there's a left hand. There's a left hand again. There was 2 right hands. The left hand that he's got is thrown in every direction. Hooks, over, straight, and always landing.
Here's round 8. Julio tries to turn it around. He switches, throws a solid left cross, gets Gamboa in a lot of trouble, tries to finish him, gets him back to the ropes. But the game, Gamboa fought back, held on where he had to. Julio had him in trouble. That was his window of opportunity, and he got away.
Taking a while to get the cards ready. This one going the distance, and you know what that means. Usually it means controversy. Bill Connors, the 3rd man, ready to raise one fist. Well, Julio looks confident that he won it. The man on the left of your screen, and Gamboa looks confident that he won it.
I want to remind you of one horrible thing. People just look at fights when a champion is fighting, and he's fighting an underdog. You start to look at the champion, and you just can't believe he's getting beat, and he starts piling up rounds.
We're set, folks. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Here we go.
The numbers.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I read the score totals, we've all seen an outstanding 12 rounds of action. No matter who the winner is, they both deserve a round of applause. Excellent effort, Jorge Eliecer Julio and Julio Gamboa. Well, fans, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a split decision. Judge at ringside, Rafael Santos, scores the bout 115 to 114 in favor of Jorge Eliecer Julio. Judge at ringside, Stu Winston, scores the bout 115 to 113 in favor of Julio Gamboa. And judge at ringside, Jerome Jacobko, scores the bout 115 to 113 in favor of the winner, and still WBO Bantamweight Champion of the World, Jorge Eliecer Julio.
I don't buy it, guys.
Well, that's what I was telling you. When you're watching a championship fight and it's close, the champion takes it.
Very, very disappointed Julio Gamboa, who obviously feels he won it, as I thought he won it as well.
He came here against a terrific champion, Steve, and showed what he was made of. He was prepared, he did the job, and only to have something taken from him like that, I think it's nothing short of robbery without a last score gun.
His stock goes up despite the loss. Julio Gamboa losing by split decision to this man, Jorge Eliecer Julio, holds on to the WBO Bantamweight crown, his 3rd title defense. 41-1 now, and 7-1 in world title fights. Action-packed fight. Most of the folks here thought that the challenger, Gamboa, won the fight, but the judges saw it differently. Well, coming up next, our main event, the IBF Bantamweight Championship. Former Olympic bronze medalist Tim Austin defends his title against relatively unknown Sergio Aguila, and he certainly hopes it'll be a lot more one-sided in his favor than this fight we just saw. Let's go up to Jim Gray in the ring. Jim.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. I'm here with both fighters, and we're going to have Johnny Gonzalez translate for us. Jorge, did you feel as though you did enough to win?
¿Piensas que hiciste lo máximo para poder ganar bien?
Yo pienso que estábamos haciendo en un momento las cosas mal. No le estábamos haciendo cuidado a la esquina, porque la esquina me mandó a boxear. Yo quería noquear. En todo momento busqué la corta y ese era su boxeo. Pero gracias acá al señor Ricardo, a Clemente Medina y a mi amigo Marco.
Jump in here, Johnny.
Sure. Sure. He says he feels that at some point in time he wasn't doing that well, but he regrouped in his corner, got things straight, and came out and gave it. He really wanted to do more brawling, but his corner told him, let's box.
Did he become overconfident, and did he have a false sense of security because of all of the cuts that he inflicted on Gamboa?
Bueno, ¿pensaste de que las cortaduras que sufrió Gamboa te hicieron a ti sentirte sobreconfiado en tus habilidades?
En un momento sí.
Yes, in certain moments, yes.
It seemed as though Gamboa took the fight to you and was the aggressor, and you had to counterpunch. Did you feel that way?
Bueno, ¿piensas tú de que Gamboa que te llevaba la pelea a ti? O sea, que él era el agresor en este caso. ¿Y cómo te sentiste tú en ese momento?
No, lo que pasa es que yo quería estar a la corta, pero mi esquina me dijo que no. Entonces yo trataba de meterme y salir, pero las cosas tuve que empeñarla como me dio la esquina, porque era como me...
Sure, basically that his corner told him, you gotta go in, do what you gotta do, and just keep on moving, as opposed to him feeling that Gamboa was the aggressor.
Congratulations, Julio. Another controversial decision here. Now let's bring in Julio Gamboa. Did you feel as though you won the fight? And Johnny Gonzalez will continue to translate for us. Do you feel as though you won this fight?
Bueno, Julio, ¿piensas si ganaste la pelea?
Sí, yo me siento así, de que yo gané la pelea. Todos ustedes son testigos de que yo hice mejor el trabajo aquí arriba. Él me cabeció mucho, me hizo mucha herida con la cabeza. El árbitro nunca le llamó la atención, nunca le quitó ni un punto. Pero sin embargo, yo sé que estaba peleando con el campeón y estaba peleando, digamos, como un club él. Entonces yo tenía que hacer todas las cosas.
Bueno, definitely I feel that I won the fight. The referee did not call certain things I need to call. I have a lot of cuts in my face and in my head. Didn't take any points away. I was trying to do the best, but I feel that I won the fight.
How did you manage to continue with all of these cuts all over your head, and what specifically are you talking about that inflicted these cuts?
¿Cómo lograste tú seguir peleando de la manera que estabas peleando y qué pudo haber hecho diferente?
Bueno, yo seguí peleando porque tengo valor y quería ser campeón mundial. Y yo creo que yo hice todos los méritos para llegar a hacerlo, pero bueno, los jueces vieron otra cosa.
Since I have a lot of courage, the judges saw something else, but I feel that I had the courage and the stamina to hold with.
Quickly, does he want a rematch?
¿Quieres revancha tú?
Yo quiero una revancha, a ver si Don King me la obsequia, porque realmente...
What do you think?
I think that's yes, and I don't speak Spanish. Congratulations on a great fight. Back over to you, Steve.
All right.